Aurora writes her new journal as My Voyage. She had come on Avalon with a purpose. It's been 7 days since she's up. She's with another passenger, Jim. He has accepted his fate, but she's scared and trying to win over it. Unlike other passengers, she will spend her entire life with her stranger companion and will never reach the destination. She asks why did he leave Earth? She says she's interviewing him for the incoming generation. He'll wake up after 120 years on a new planet, in a new century. He wants to ask the same question. He just wanted to make a fresh start in a new world. On Earth, when someone breaks, they buy new instead of fixing. While here, a new world's building. He as a mechanic can fix and live by building his own house with no limitation and a better future. She says Homestead earned $8 trillion. Making a colony on a new planet is a profitable business. He as a mechanic got a discount on the ticket. She says they filled you with dreams. Now, whatever you will earn for life, 20% will Homestead get. She just sees the company's profit, while he sees whose lives are going to change. She claims as a journalist she knows people. He takes her test. He's a gardener. She lives in Madison. She's a caretaker. She only guesses this right. She can be friends with her. He says you knew by just seeing her? She says, didn't you know? Knew. She is on a return ticket. Was gonna spend a year on Homestead and then back to Earth. She'll be 250 years ahead in the future, and back on Earth will be with an amazing story of humanity's flight to the stars. She says they will read it. She doesn't know if she will be able to write it. Now she doesn't want to think about it since she can't find any way to save them. What else is here to do? Partner mode starts. He gets her on stage. What emo does, they follow. Asks her to do it. They are losers. Play basketball. She is 2 points ahead. Introduces her to Arthur. On the dance, she's getting better. Watch movie, does another goal and beats emos in the dance. Have their corns. Arthur says he was unpanted for 7 weeks, 2 days. He has no thing like shame. He's 1 step ahead of Jim. He made a joke of a man without pants and realized he doesn't have legs. She had just forgotten that her life is ruined. She leaves to sleep. She's extraordinary. He has great taste. He is working on something like a building model. She gets in the view room and sees that model kept for her with coffee. It made her happy. He stops as he sees her having a swim. Stays there. She turns back to see. He smiles. She smiles. He waves. He's now working on Cam on Android. Sends it with remote control. It gets to her. Gives her a note for dinner. Robo says yeah. Gives her a pen. She gives her response, and Robo returns while having a look at Arthur on way. Takes it, opens it, says she's written, love to. He gets ready to Aurora's place. Peeks inside. She is here in a dress. He's wowed. She asks for no Hatton, while he will go with whiskey as always. He praises them together. He did a little late. He wanted to give some time. Android brings their drink. Both should get out early for other people in line. Her dad always wrote about life and has stories. Went to Antarctica, was a war reporter, had girlfriends, used to write about her. When got 17, he passed away with cardiac arrest. Atmosphere has gone a little hot. He's glad to know about her. He's taking her somewhere. Opens it, asks her to get in. They're going for a space flight, gets her suit ready. She gotta remove this dress. He has to turn. She takes it off and throws before. Both get to opened airlock, cables get attached and they step outside. Both feel it together. Holds hand, asks if she has trust in him. She has. Jumps with her. She's feeling amazing. They swing in here. Turns towards him, thanks him. Get back to the ship, try to kiss with the suit on. And barely it works. Get to the suite, gets her dress down. She does the same for him. Get onto bed and ship is on way with awakened lovers. He has never seen a girl more beautiful than her. Stops his beats. She proves if that it actually stops his breath. Gets him into a session of kisses and make out right on the table. Androids pick their lefty. She asks if she's fine. She is just feeling some way. It gets morning. There's voices of birds, so she has started loving someone. In normal days, they might never had come closer, but here they're one. She's writing it. Both are making their future in no future. She takes his piece. She says we all see dreams and plan the future like we own it, but we are passengers of fate, and it takes us to the destination it knows. This life isn't a planned one, but she doesn't feel lonely in life anymore. They weren't supposed to get closer, but they have got. He has found something, a rose, a real one, loves him. They're passing across a star. They get to the view room and watch it with naked eyes. Avalon is really very passing closer to the star. It passes and the lights get back. She says, Big Red Star was amazing. Universe's gift for her. It's her birthday today. They celebrate it just there and then on the table along with androids with a soft cake. She blows off, gives her drink without asking for ID because he will not ask it before a gentleman. She says, Jim is not. He says he just will be back. Takes out a ring. She thanks him. He is remembering today, just a year ago, when Jim was very excited to meet her. He kept deciding for months whether to wake her up or not. Now she knows it. Arthur says it was his life's hardest decision, but now everything is going well. He's back. He can see it in her eyes that she knows. Atmosphere changes. He admits before her. She asks, why did he do it? Asks him to stay there. Says she can't see anything and asks him to stay away from her. Gets to room with shallow breaths, throws it at the window and cries intensely. He is sitting with ring in hall. Gets back to his suite. Opens dressing room. It's empty. Gets in dining hall to try to approach her. She leaves harshly and gets to view room and cries there as well. It's night. She gets to him. He sees her. She beats him. He stays as he was. She takes an iron bar but stops. He opens his arms for whatever she'll do. She throws it and leaves. She's jogging around. He's on speaker. He want to say he was alone for a sufficient time. Was feeling like his existence will end. When saw you first, you saved me for the first time. I read whatever you wrote, and truthfully I got into love with your voice, thoughts, and fell in love with you and felt like I got free, and my meaningless life became purposeful. He doesn't want to lose her. I doesn't care about anything. You ruined me. Stays in pool, moveless. Lights are gone. Systems are restarting. Screen is changing and showing errors. Errors have increased to big number. Main diagnostic system is failing. She says she is jealous of Arthur since he always stays happy. Her book, it's her best book and only one can read it, whom she hates. They say, time heals all wounds. Broken hearts don't heal so fast. He's here. Tuesday is his day with Arthur. It's Wednesday. Takes her sip and is going. He wants coffee. She watches messages from Earth. Maybe this one is her best friend. Best friend says, since you're going, I wish you to meet someone who will fill your life happiness and both fall in love. So that you can know to be happy, you don't need to do new things. He's here with his dirty hands. Arthur complains about dirtying his stool. He's making a better environment. She gets to Grand Hall. There's a real tree planted here. She feels it. He's in lift. It stops and goes red. She takes her breakfast. It spills out something else a lot. He tries to get out and falls as it opens. Deck Chief is on radio. She hears him as well. He is complaining about tree on his ship. They both get to him. He asks about it. He introduces himself and then she does. They tell it's 88 years still left. He sighs and says they had said sleeping chambers are faultless. Command center opens. Captain forbids him to touch anything. He touches it and system warns. Ship is on right course. There's a fault in ship but don't know what it is. Error's data is not here and they need to diagnose all systems manually. He dizzies, says due to long sleep. Get back to hall. She saves them. He says including this one, 15 are gone. She tells about breakfast machine, lift, and last 2 days she was stuck in room for 2 days due to stuck door. He tells them to put slide in and data will automatically sync. She will go to deck 1-2, Jim for 3 and 4. He'll go for sleeping chambers. He checks Aurora's. He is standing with him. Captain checked his pod. Clock's chip had gone burned. While his pod had entirely failed, but Aurora's chamber, he did it. He says, yeah. Says that's what I was thinking until now, how an idiot has got ripe grape. She knows it. Asks him about his time being alone and praises survival. Checks all errors. She brings more. Systems are errored but not shut. She says, so you know what Jim did? Cap says he has nothing to do with it. She calls it murder. Cap says you're right, but what else he could have done? He's here with another android. He coughs. He should rest. He will rest and will work in morning and leaves. Gets in his room and sees blood in his cough. She can't sleep here. Tries to then gets up and gets into pool. He's asleep and so is Captain. Power of entire ship is gone and gravity has failed. He is freely flowing. Water has got her inside and due to no gravity, there's no way out. Keeps swimming inside. He gets up and realizes. She tries to reach out. She passes out. Gravity drive is back online and so is power. And they fall back where they are supposed to be. He comes to senses, gets to edge, and breathes. He's on his way. She is fine. They get to Captain. Whatever is errored, ship's all systems are working more than needed. It all started 2 years ago due to power. Failed 17 times in a single day, and chamber 4098 failed. His, when he woke up, something big had failed that day. All systems are trying to fill its place but aren't able to. AI says ship will shut, systems will fail, life support and fusion reactor will fall. Everything will eventually fail. They're on a drowning ship.